All right, just tell me, what was the last concert or gig or big event that you went to? And how did you get the tickets? Did you buy them directly from the venue concerned? If it was a big event, maybe it was here in the north, or maybe you went down to London. Did you use a ticket town, an online ticket agency? Okay. Maybe you logged on to an internet auction site because you couldn't get one from the official seller, and you did it knowing you were probably going to pay over the odds, but you really, really wanted the ticket. What did you pay then? Really like to know. Call me 0845 303 3333. I mean, in fact, what's the most you've ever paid, and was it worth it? When you text through 07786 202 924. Well, today a group of MPs say that anyone who sells a ticket to a concert or a big event or sporting event and then makes a profit on an internet site, and sometimes those profits are huge, eye-wateringly huge. Maybe you do it, do you? Sell them on? That the artist and the event promoter should get a cut of that profit. So our big vote, apparently they are furious that they don't, some of them. Do you feel sorry for the rock promoters and the artists then? Do you? Yes or no?
I don't really feel sorry for them, but I feel sorry for all the real fans that can never get hold of tickets. Leeds Festival is becoming increasingly difficult to get hold of anything. You have to plan literally like a year ahead to get one without going through a tout. And there's whole businesses that seem to make their living from doing exactly that. And yeah, it's really annoying.
No, look at their life and look at ours. They're not losing out at all. I would never, ever pay above the odds for anything.
I don't feel sorry now because I know that they earn a lot of money. They're certainly on not the minimum wage. But I don't agree with people being able to buy a limited amount of tickets and making a lot of money on it, because the people who genuinely want to go to the concerts miss out because there's none left for them.
Let me give you an example. A friend of mine recently wanted to see Barbra Streisand, and she wants to see her at the O2 Arena. And she bought very expensive tickets for herself and her friend to go down and enjoy that concert. This is before the Manchester dates were announced. She also bought a couple of fairly high-end tickets. This was direct from the venue, with the knowledge that she would put them on an internet auction site and make money. Now, she didn't make money, though she didn't lose any, because the people involved all went to Manchester. So she didn't make huge bucks that she thought that she might. But nevertheless, she took a conscious decision when she had a credit card out. She'd buy more than she needed and sell them off online. And it's that the promoters, especially Harvey Goldsmith, who's one of the major promoters in the UK, thinks is absolutely abhorrent, and he wants a cut of it.
Where does this wonderful, mythical business that this secondary market is created to keep us all afloat and be helpful to the public, where does it help? People that go to the secondary market manage to get more tickets than they need, or indeed never intend to go to the concert in the first place. And that's not the business that we're in. Our tickets, in my opinion, are a currency. They're not a commodity.
Do you feel sorry, then, for the Harvey Goldsmiths and the rock stars and the big sporting event, the organisers who invest the money and create the event, who are not getting any of that money if you pay 200% over the odds for a ticket online? 40% of tickets are being sold on the internet apparently right now. Now, the Culture, Media and Sports Select Committee have said there ought to be a voluntary code to control this and make sure that some money gets back to those who set it all up. Shipley Conservative MP, he's one of our own here in West Yorkshire, is Phil Davies. He sits on that committee. How are you, Philip?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to ever happen, this, is it?
Well, it may or may not. I mean, it's not something that we think should be imposed or something that should be compulsory. It's just that there are currently there are two opposing parts of the market, the secondary market and the event organisers, who seem to have no time for each other at all. And this was merely a suggestion as to if they both wish to go down this route, it may be a way where they could perhaps in future work together. But I certainly wouldn't want to make it compulsory, and it's certainly not something the government should be getting itself involved in.
Let's speak to an online site which allows people to resell tickets they bought for events. That group is Viagogo, and Eric Baker is their chief executive, and he's here. How are you, Eric?
Good, thank you.
How do you feel about this?
Well, first off, I think that it's a great victory for fans that the committee came out and said that fans who have paid their hard-earned money for a ticket have the right to sell that ticket on, and other people have the right to buy it. I think there are a lot of misperceptions floating around about certain areas of the market At Viagogo, again, as you said, we're a ticketing exchange. We don't buy or sell anything. We let fans resell to other fans. Now, the two things that you commonly hear, and you heard in some of the comments, are, well, complaint number one, that there are people who are buying thousands of tickets at the box office and cornering the market.
Yeah.
And that we've seen in the past year at Viagogo. In the past year, we sold hundreds of thousands of tickets that fans have sold, and 97% of the people who sold tickets on Viagogo sold 10 tickets or fewer over the course of the entire year. So obviously, those aren't touts. Secondly is this issue about very high-priced tickets. And in fact, what you find is that many tickets actually trade at prices that are below face value. In fact, over half of all the tickets that traded over Viagogo traded at face value or less. So again, when you have a fan-to-fan exchange that's safe, secure, guarantee with genuine fans, you basically are setting up a system where prices can come down and people don't have to work with shady touts.
Yeah, and how lovely and idealistic is all that? But Philip Davis, you on the Culture, Media and Sports Select Committee know that it isn't always like that, is it?
Well, I mean, I agree with much of what Eric says. I mean, I think that if people buy a ticket, there's all kinds of reasons why people buy tickets and why they might sell them on. It may well be that they can't go to an event that they intended to go to, and lots of event organisers don't actually offer refunds. And so if you've bought a ticket and you can't go, you're left high and dry unless you're able to sell it on. So it's absolutely essential that people can sell tickets on. And those people who want to go to an event at the last minute for a popular event that would have been sold out, the secondary market offers them the only option they've got to go. They can look up a website, see if there's a ticket available, and they can decide themselves whether it's a price that they're prepared to pay or not. No, they're not compelled to go. But without the secondary market, they wouldn't even get a choice. So I think, on balance, the secondary market works in favour of the consumers and not against their interests. I
must admit, it is quite difficult to feel sorry for a major event promoter or even an artist who can see people are making 100, 200% profit on a ticket price from a venue such as, let's say, the Sheffield Arena or the Manchester Evening News Arena over the Pennines, that they're not getting a cut of that profit. It's really hard it's hard for me to think, oh, bless.
Well, I think the point here is, and you had a clip of Harvey Goldsmith earlier. If this is such a big issue for event organisers, if the secondary market and ticket touts are a big issue, there are lots of things that they could do to take away the secondary market. They could sell, instead of selling all the tickets in one go on day one, so that they're all sold out. They could sell them in chunks, so that they could sell, sort of 10% one week, 10% the next week, so that there are tickets still available for people right up to the event itself, in which case there is no secondary market at that point. People wouldn't have to pay over the odds because they could go to the event organisers and pay one at their asking price right up to the day of the event. So, I mean, event organisers could help themselves if they were really that concerned about the secondary market.
Do you agree, Eric?
Well, I think clearly, as Philip says, sort of the key point here in terms of the question of should these people be paid twice, if you really reduce it down, let's make it simple. What they're saying is that the consumer should pay a tax, and that if you have a ticket that you spent your hard-earned money for, say Barbra Streisand, and you resell it, you should pay Barbra Streisand again a second time. That to us is just as ridiculous as saying that if you resell a Harry Potter book, that J.K. Rowling should get a second check in the mail. And in fact, the Barbra Streisand example is a good one because this past summer, most people, in fact, who bought these tickets ended up, if they couldn't make the show for whatever reason, trading them for a fraction of the face value. And I wonder in that case if maybe Barbra Streisand should provide a refund to those people.
We'll ask. Thank you, Eric Baker. He's the Chief Executive of Viagogo.